Hey there, Mr. Thayer from the Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship, back with another third grade lesson. Today we are tackling Module 2, Lesson 2. All right, and our objective for today is to relate skip counting by 5 on the clock and telling time to a continuous measurement model, the number line. Okay, so today we're going to tell time, but we're going to use our number line right here. Okay, normally we're used to this little round thing right here, a clock. You might have a clock in your classroom or a clock at home. Normally we are using a clock to tell time, but today we're going to use this number line because we're used to a number line. We've seen a number line since kindergarten, so we're going to kind of relate the two together, okay? So today we're going to look at the number line right here with a number. We're going to plot some times on there and just make it happen, all right? So the first thing first, let's take a look at a number line here. Very, very important. We need to be able to skip count by 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Being able to count to 60 by 5s is very important when we're talking about time. So if we wanted to plot some time on here, let's plot from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So on the beginning of our number line, we'll put, let me erase that. Let me get a darker, there we go. Let's get a darker marker to use here. So here, let's put 1 o'clock there, okay? And down here, let's put 2 o'clock, okay? So we're plotting time from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And these tick marks here represent 5 minutes, okay? So our first tick mark is going to be 0. Okay, we're counting by 5. So our second tick mark is going to be 5, and then 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60, okay? So you can see I just plotted from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock every 5 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And if you were to go around the clock, you would know that when the small hand is pointing to those smaller numbers, like the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, that is just counting by 5s as you go around, okay? Here we have 2 zeros for 1 o'clock. When we get to the 60 here, we don't write 260, we write 200, okay? So we can use this number line to plot a time. We could say we have gym at 1:30. So we know that's 1 o'clock, and we would just come right around our number line and find our 1:30. So right there would represent 1:30 on our number line, okay? That's kind of what we're doing today. We're just taking this number line, we're counting by 5s, and we're working on just kind of telling time. It's just a basic use of the number line as we go through here, all right? So, let me fix that quick. All right. So I got some warm-up examples for us here. And I have some time up here. I have 2 sets of time here, and I have a clock. We're going to plot those on our number line, okay? So the first thing we know is between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock, okay? So let's set up our number line. So we know we're going to count by 5s. So we have 0. So we're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, we're just going up by 5s. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Okay? So those are my plot marks between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Okay? So let's plot these three. Let's plot these 3 guys on here. So 5:15. We know we got 5 o'clock. So let's go 0, 5, 10. You guessed it, 5:15 right there. So let's plot that. Okay? We'll draw a line right there. There's 5:15 right there. Okay? 5:15 on our number line. The 5 here, 15 minutes. Okay? 5:45, same thing. We know we have 5 o'clock here. We have to go through our number line and get to, you guessed it, 45. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 is right here. So that plot line would be 5:45. Okay? Now that's easy with the analog clock because they give you the numbers. Now we have to look over here and figure out what time we have on this clock. So first things first, let's take a look at the shorthand. The shorthand is between the 5 and the 6. So if the shorthand is between the 5 and 6, we go to the number in front of it here. So we know that it is 5 o'clock. I'll write the 5 down here. All right, we know our hour is 5 o'clock. Now the big hand is pointing to the 4. Okay, so all we do now, we can count by 5s. We look at the numbers and count by 5. That's going to give us our time. So we go to the 12. We start with the 1. We go 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, so the big hand is pointing to the 4. So we know that it's 5:20. 5 o'clock and 20 minutes, 5:20. All right, so very simple. Now we know our number here. Let's come over here and plot it. We know it's 5. We slide right over, right there to the 5:20, and we could draw an arrow right there because we know that is our plot line right there for the clock. All right, so that's just finding time on a number line. Pretty simple stuff. Okay, we're just using those numbers, and the ability to count by 5 is huge when it comes to that. All right, so what I have here is I have a lot of writing here, but it's pretty simple stuff. We are going to look at, they're asking us 4 questions here. We have an empty plot line up there. Let's fill it in and put our tick marks in. We have our empty number line. Let's see what it says. A says, the basketball team practices between 4 and 5 o'clock. Label the tick marks. All right, so we know the basketball team practices between 4 and 5. So over here, it's going to be 4 o'clock, and at the end of my number line is going to be 5 o'clock. Okay? So this first one for A, all set. We labeled it 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Each interval represents 5 minutes. Count by 5s and label the number line. Okay? We've been doing that. We did that on the first number line. So here we're going to have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to stop right there so you can see it. Okay, I'm just going through the number line. Okay, and I'm just adding 5. I'm counting by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Next would be, you guessed it, 35. Next would be 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. So let me fix that up. So there's our number line all fixed up all the way. Remember, when we get to 60, we don't write 460, we write 400. Those zeros will come back into play. Okay? So our second piece is set. We got the intervals for 5 minutes. Okay, let's answer questions C and D. Question C says, the team warms up at 4:05. Plot the point with a W. Okay, so we need to find 4:05 up here. We know we got 4 o'clock. This is an easy one. 4:05. We come right here to the 5. Simple. Right here. We're going to plot that with a W. 4:05. Simple. Just finding that number line and matching up those numbers. And our last question says, the team shoots. Let me fix the bottom here. It got erased by my hand. The team shoots free throws at 4:05. Plot the point with the letter F. So that's supposed to be 4:15. Sorry about that. The team shoots free throws at 4:15. Plot with an F. So we need 4:15. So here's our 4. You guessed it, all the way over to the 15 here. And we put our plot line of F. Okay? Just wanted to do some basic practice with the number line and show you how counting by fives can help you. All right. It's very important when you are counting on not only with a clock, but on a number line, being able to count by five will help you a lot. Okay. That was a quick lesson on some uses of the number line when it comes to telling time, practicing counting by five. Head over to the exit ticket, check it out, answer those questions, and I will talk to you soon.